So Russians keep blowing up Leopard tanks and showing it on their propaganda, or are they blowing up something else? Folks, this is Fernando doing another video for the Modern Survivors, and unfortunately talking again about this conflict, this war raging with so many casualties on both sides. But you have to defend your country when invaded by Russia. You're not left with much of a choice. Now, there is footage of actual Leopard 2 tanks being destroyed, but some of the footage is kind of strange. Let's check that out and comment here. Let me show you what I mean by this. So some of the video shows stuff like this, and you've probably seen it before, and if you saw it, there was something quite suspicious about it, which is
Ministry of Defense claimed to show a German-made Leopard 2 tank being destroyed by a Russian anti-tank missile fired from a K-52 Alligator attack helicopter. However, a closer look at the video reveals that the supposed tank was actually an abandoned farm harvester. It has no resemblance to a Leopard 2 tank, except for its rectangular shape. The video was clearly a fake, intended to deceive the viewers and spread misinformation.
Yeah.
This video
okay, so it's not just that it doesn't look anything like a tank. If you look, and it's very clear, it has a huge amount of ground clearance, which the tank does not have. So you see that it's a big machine on some huge, large wheels, which, yeah, it does resemble very much what they say was being blown up, which is one of these machines that has this enormous ground clearance, and you see it even on that grainy footage. So this is basically confirmed. Yeah, they're blowing up agricultural machines and using it as pro-Russian propaganda. Some tanks are clearly being destroyed. It is an ongoing war. There's going to be destruction on all sides. It's going to be terrible, but it is just not true what they're saying. Now, the counter to this comes from one of these, where is that guy? Pregov. Well, one of the, but this was published in the official Russian Ministry of Defense. And when people said that is not a tank, that's an agricultural machine, they were saying that no, it's a Panther 2, it's a Leopard 2 tank disguised as an agricultural machine. That is not true. You can put a box outside and put like big wheels or try to disguise in a camouflage. You cannot achieve this kind of ground clearance in a tank. That is not a tank by any stretch of the imagination with that kind of ground clearance.
However, a closer look at the video reveals that the supposed
you see the lights underneath the machine.
It has no resemblance.
Right, and if you put like a box on top of this and you try to disguise it, you just cannot stop that from making contact with the ground. You will not have this kind of ground clearance, which is very clear there in the video. Folks, just the way things are, you will have propaganda, you will have misinformation, and you will have a very real, legit fog of war in which news is not always as accurate as you'd like it to be. But keep in mind, Russians will lie all day long so as to promote their own agenda, do their own propaganda. We are on the other side of that. Seems that sometimes people forget that. We are on the West. And it was Putin that recently said just a couple of days ago, he is not fighting Ukraine. In his own mind, he is fighting the entire West that is up against him. And you have to decide on what side you want to be. You want to be with the commies and the Russians, and or you want to be in the side of the West that is standing for something quite a bit different from that. Folks, if you want to learn more about survival and preparedness, as always, you have survival skills with very important lessons, and you have surviving the economic collapse, important given the economic realities that we're going through right now. Take care. See you on our next video.